So, welcome to January. December was so eventful. I mean, outside of the holidays, we had a lot of fun here at Truen Group. We had the big giveaway for the Winter Classic. Our winner was Lindsey Ring. So happy for her. She's a school teacher out of teaches in Oakdale, so that was fun. I don't know how much fun we had. It was literally 7 degrees below. I think the wind chill was 20 below. I had electric socks, you know, those foot things that you warm up. With adhesive item taped around my ribs. We had hats and mittens, and our beer froze before you could even drink it. Yet we were there, and it was so much fun. But winter is not over yet, and we have so much going on here in the St. Croix Valley. And one of the events that we are super excited about is the World Snow Sculpting Championship right here in Stillwater. It starts January 18th and runs through the 23rd. We're one of the sponsors. It's going to be so much fun. There's big event kickoffs, and then things that are free for the whole family and everybody. Come on down. Like I said, we're one of the sponsors. You can find out more information. We'll have all the links down below in our newsletter, and people will be here from all over the world. It's going to be super exciting. We also have, coming back to Stillwater, the Ice Maze, which is down at the Zephyr Theater. Now this one's a little overlapping with the World Sculpting Championship. It starts January 14th, but it does run through February. And you do need tickets. They have slides, and if you can there in the evening, the lights are beautiful and super fun again, whole family event. Then keep going. In the end of January, we have the Fire and Ice Winter Social, and it really is an ice cream social. Only Minnesotans and Wisconsinites would eat ice cream out in the freezing snow. But we also have hot air balloon rides, and that's at the end. And then for more fun, we have ice skating right in front of the Water Street Inn. They're putting in a rink, and that is free for everyone. And come down. Stillwater's like a Hallmark town. We have events all month, and it's so, so fun. And speaking of ice, not all ice is good. And so I'm going to segue over to Connie, and we're going to talk about ice stamps. So ice stamps, not fun. And here at Truen Group, a lot of our agents, we get calls all the time from our clients, and they're basically asking us, this is happening in my house, what do I do? And now that we're in that really deep freeze and winter, ice stamps are real, especially here in Stillwater when we have some of our older homes. So let's talk about how do they even form, or what causes ice?
Yeah, first of all, when you look at your house, if you see those pretty icicles that are hanging down, like on your roof lines, I know they're pretty, but they're the sign of danger or damage. There's ways to prevent it. It's really through the insulation in your home. So maybe better insulation up in the attic, ventilation. One of the things you shouldn't be doing, don't throw like salt up on the roof. It actually will damage your roof, or trying to get down there and chisel it with a hammer or rake. Those things will damage your property.
That's actually a good thing. I would have thought, let's just put salt up there.
Yeah, and so it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So one of the things that an easy solution they did say is to take like a box fan, put it up in your attic, and blowing the hot air out will actually cause a quicker melt than any of those hard chores you're trying to do on the outside of the roof.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea. So you'll start to see the icicles. I remember as a kid, we thought they were fun. You'd break them off and like a popsicle, which is totally unhealthy.
How many of you stuck one in their mouth?
We lived, we survived.
Yeah.
But once you see that, and then they also have the wires or the tapes you can get in really bad situations, right? Does that
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And if we get a lot of snow, you're going to want to keep that snow off your roof.
Yeah, so then you could use more of a rake.
Yeah.
But not where you're actually chiseling it down
Yeah,
into
yeah, exactly.
ice, so.
Well, hopefully this isn't an issue for you guys, and hopefully, you have fun on the ice and not with ice on your roof. And so thank you.
Yeah.
Besides questions about ice dams, the other question we get all the time is what's happening in the market. And we thought that COVID was gone. It's not. And so Zoom is a thing. And so our market update this month is going to be Stephanie and I on a Zoom call. We always get the question about what's going to happen, or what's the market like now? How's 22 looking? So.
Okay, yeah. When we look to the future, we like to look at the past month to see how it's trending compared to the year before. Can we make that can we extrapolate that going to the next month? So, I mean, I'm looking at, typically look at Stillwater, Lake Elmo, the Hudson School District to kind of keep it same every month. And as far as the average sale price, this is not a big surprise, but we saw an increase in December from December 20 to December 21 in Lake Elmo and Hudson. They're up 9-11%, which is interesting, as Stillwater was down a little bit, but about 8%, going from about 503 to 460 roughly, average sale price. You know, when we're talking about some of these numbers, the smaller amount of sales we have, those percentages are gonna
Yeah, adjust.
adjust. So no big surprise there because of the inventory situation, as you know, is tight. The number of sales we saw was, actually was different across the board. Stillwater was up. They had 42 this year versus 38 last year. Like Elmo was literally, almost exactly the same. We went from 21 to 22, kind of like that. And Hudson was actually down, went from 52 to 42 sales in the month of December. Again, that's a story about inventory, in my opinion.
Right.
So, price per square foot, this won't surprise anyone either. Up in Lake Elmo and Hudson, got a lot of new construction that's going to increase those prices to anywhere from 9 to 16%. We saw those price per square feet costs go up. Stillwater was virtually no change. There's a little dip of like 1%, which is, we're talking about going from like 211 to 207 kind of thing. Did we see some easing of some like lumber and stuff like that at one point in the year? Yeah, just kind of up and down, but still up. Down days on the market, down in Lake Elmo and Hudson. So those days on the market were down pretty significantly in Hudson, dropped about 34%. Lake Elmo about 8%. Again, that's a story of very few homes and buyers still buying. Stillwater was up a little bit, but again, we're talking about going from 41 days to 44 days.
Yeah.
Cumulative days on the market. That is still incredibly short time for a home to be on the market, really, relatively to history.
Let's talk about, we had a listing. We normally don't like to put our homes on the market right before Christmas, but you did.
I mean, the things that, we talk about things that surprise us and look, kind of reflect on the past year. And would you have ever told me I'd put a house on the market on the 17th of December, like a week before Christmas, and end up in multiple offers in less than 3 days? I mean, it's crazy. It still tells you how, people are still looking.
Now, Zach, what price point too? I think that will surprise people. What price?
Yeah, we were in the high price, so 650 up.
Yes, this wasn't a starter home.
This is not a starter home. This is a beautiful home with lots of space. It's across the bridge. So that's another interesting aspect that I saw. And you probably saw as well, that people will definitely, with the new bridge going over to considering that area, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, they wouldn't have considered it too far. But I see a lot of people, that Hudson area has really opened up. And
so what, just real briefly here, what's the rumor, wrap this up, or not, the predictions for coming up in 22? We're hearing interest rates are going to go up.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading is that the interest rates are going to go up. I've heard 3.7. I mean, I kind of hearing different things from experts. I would expect that to happen. But I'm also hearing that the buyer demand is still going to be there. Yes. So, obviously we can't control everything. Omicron, why I'm in my office right now. But barring, we kind of muddled through with that in our lives anyway, and the market was still nuts. So I don't really foresee it changing. We just are so short on inventory, and that doesn't seem to be changing quickly. And I think we still have buyers. I still have buyers looking. They're out there. So, and going historically 3.7. Let's say 3.7.
Still so low.
I mean, you bought homes days years ago, and I did. It's like, that's like a gift.
No, I know.
Relatively.
Right.
So that's kind of what I think is going to happen. Now, I was kind of peeking at how we're looking from January 22 to January 21 in 4 days. Um, no surprises, like one sale, one sale. Yeah, so
Yeah.
not a lot of closings happen in the first week of January, so not a lot to go on, but there's listings out there. And the other thing that I saw, and you probably saw this too, is the people pay a premium for a move-in ready home.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just, I think people are looking at the cost of renovation, trying to find someone to do renovations. I think
The supply chain has gotten so messed up to get any kind of
Mhm.
your appliances, your cabinets. They're like, I'd rather just have it done.
Yeah,
So
they just rather have it done. And that goes for first time home buyers too. And they're thinking, I just want to move in ready. Maybe paint, maybe
yeah,
carpet, but
that's it.
that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
See you next month.
Next month. So as we talked about, buyers are out there. We're gonna be short on inventory again this year. Maybe not as crazy as it was last year, but we have a whole list of buyers looking for homes. And if you have one that fits those needs, let us know. So what are those buyers? Well, first of all, I'm gonna have our newest agent, Sherry, tell us all about our buyers. So first of all, welcome to Truen Group. We're
Thank you.
so excited. And for those of you in the area, she's probably a familiar face. You were at the Dock Cafe for
34 years.
and
Over half of a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know so much about downtown and the Stillwater, Western Wisconsin area, and we're just so excited that you're here, so welcome.
So, thank you. Thank you.
And so let's talk about our buyers.
Well, we do have a number of people looking for homes. So if you have a home that you are considering selling, we are looking for the following. So we have people looking for log cabin homes, both in the St. Croix Valley and over in Wisconsin. We have first-time home buyers. We have somebody looking for a home in the St. Croix Valley, 1.5 million or less.
And that one needs to have a little privacy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's kind of a newer one, so some privacy around that. First-time homeowners run the whole gamut.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also have another family looking for a wooded lot, 650 or less, and they do not want new construction. So if you have an older home in that price range, we would love to talk to you as well.
Yeah, so we kind of run the gamut, like you said, from first-time homeowners all the way to people downsizing, looking to get out, or
Right.
looking to get into town.
Right.
These are real people that we talk to on a regular basis, so if you or anyone you know has a home like this, I say anyone you know.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier, maybe you don't like your neighbors anymore, you want them to move, give us a call, we'll give them a call, we'll make it all happen. Thank you, and welcome to Truen Group.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you decide that selling your house is not the answer and instead you're just gonna do some fixer-upper stuff, we actually have, quite a few of us here at Truen Group have either rehabbed our homes or are in the process of doing that. And one of those people is Chantal Schikowski. And so tell us about your latest project.
Yeah, so our project that we've been doing is really the biggest part of it is taking down a load-bearing wall between our kitchen and our living room. It's something that we've been wanting to do since we looked at this house 2.5 years ago, and you remember because you were our agent.
Yep.
We were sitting there dreaming with you.
Like, you can take that wall down.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Yeah. And so and on top of that, it was also doing a kitchen remodel and adding in a fireplace and all these things. So we finally did it, and it's been great. It's also been a lot of work.
So let's talk about this, because I really am one of those agents when I'm walking through a house, I'm like, yeah, you can take this down, because you pretty much can take any wall down if. There's a big if there. So tell us that you can. How did you come to the conclusion that that was possible?
Right. So when we first moved in, I was like, take it down. Like, it's got to go now.
Right.
And then we realized it was a load-bearing wall, which comes into a little bit, you have some more issues with that.
Right.
So we did have a licensed contractor come out, let us know that it was possible, but it was definitely going to take some money and things like that. So
Right.
something we decided to save up for, and 2.5 years later, we finally have no wall.
No wall. And we have pictures, I think, that will be popping up as we're talking, and it's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not possible to take down, because how long, that was like 20
It was a
foot.
20-foot wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big wall.
Big wall.
If that's not possible, what are some other ideas that either you've considered or we've seen, we've advised our clients about?
Right. yeah, we even toyed around with the idea of not necessarily opening up the entire wall, but maybe opening up half of it, changing the layout of the kitchen that way, or doing kind of like a window
Yeah.
into, so you
Like a
just,
cased opening.
yeah, just so you have more natural light coming in and things like that. And I know another good way to do it is if you do have separated spaces, keeping wall color the same, keeping flooring the same, just so it all feels like one cohesive space.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So excited to see it in person.
Yes.
You've been showing us photos, but yeah, thank you. So we wrapped up 2021 when an exciting year for Truen Group. Formed our team, opened our office, added more agents and more staff, and it's just been a fantastic year. And we roll into 2022. Actually, I was in the car on the way here filming this today, and everything was about resolutions. Everyone's going back to the gym and eating healthier and all this advice on how to do that. And I thought about that, and it was all about taking small steps, and it was also about accountability. And I want to kind of talk to you about that in your home. If you're thinking of, like we talked with Chantel, rehabbing your home, or if you're thinking about selling your home, the first thing you need to do is call an agent in either of those situations. So your resolution is, I'm finally gonna change how I'm living in my space, or I'm changing the whole house. Call us first. See if, one, what the value of your home is, but also check and see if you're gonna redo it. Is it worth doing the work you're thinking about? Resale does matter. And then also, you have us on your side. It's accountability. So that's, if you have resolutions about health and about eating and diet and exercise, we're there for you too. I think we all here have that. But when it comes to your house, give us a call. You have a team of experts here to help you. Thank you for sticking through our newsletter, and we'll see you in February.